Hello, my lovelies. It is time for another round of Have I Read It? So stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Have I Read It is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And the way this one works is you get to help pick my TBR. So I react to a haul from over 3 years ago. I think at this point it's like over 4 years ago. And I tell you if I've read the book, if I haven't read the book, or if I've unhauled the book. And out of all the books that I still own from that haul that I have not read, you get to vote on which book or books I have to read in the upcoming month. And depending on the number of unread will determine how many I have to pick. So if I have 1 through 9 unread, I'll have to pick the number 1 voted book. If I have 10 through 19, the top 2 voted books, and so on and so on. And crazy enough, I think this is my 100th episode of Have I Read It, or 100th round of Have I Read It, which is crazy to think about. So today we're going to be reacting to my book haul for May 2021. And it doesn't look like there's a huge number of books by looking at the thumbnail, though I can't tell if there's any like behind my head or not in that thumbnail. So I would say it looks like I have maybe 20-ish books here. So I have the video pulled up. I've got my earbuds in. So let's get started. Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another book haul for you, so stay tuned. So Einstein has decided to climb up in my lap while I'm trying to film. He just wants to be on camera, isn't that right? Oh. Isn't that? But he's so cute and he's very cuddly. He's a lot bigger than he thinks he is though. Anyway, this is my book haul. I have accumulated 23 books this month. Some of these are books that I purchased around here. There are also books that I purchased while on vacation. And then this stack here, one book is a giveaway that I won, and the rest are all birthday gifts so generously given to me by, well, some of you. So I'll mention everybody that sent me a gift, but also I just wanted to say thank you, and that was even all of birthday wishes were just so incredibly sweet and kind, and I love you all. Okay, so let's just jump right into all of the books that I got. So the first books I have here, these 4 are ones that I purchased, I think, from Amazon. So the first one is actually one that is mostly for Xander, but I'm also interested in reading this graphic novel series. So this is The Adventure Zone, Petals to the Metal. This is volume 3, I believe, in the Adventure Zone. Okay, so Adventure Zone is one that I would say I've unhauled that one to Xander. I don't think I ever actually read it. But oh my goodness, that was a little Einstein. He's a big boy now. Einstein, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's a big boy now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're a big boy. He was such a little guy there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I saw that. I was just like, oh, my baby. Okay, continuing on. Okay, next up we have The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry. I feel like I still own this and have not read it. At this point, I can't go and look on any shelves to see. I just have to solely rely on my Goodreads because currently all my books are packed up because we're getting ready to move. We might have already been moved by the time this video posts. I'm not sure. But let me check. Okay, so this is one that I do still own and have not read. This says, When people go missing in the sleepy town of Smith's Hollow, the only clue to their fate comes when a teenager starts having terrifying visions in a chilling horror novel from national best-selling author Christina Henry. When the bodies of two girls are found torn apart in the town of Smith's Hollow, Lauren is surprised, but she also expects that the police won't find the killer. After all, the year before, her father's body was found with his heart missing, and since then, everyone has moved on. Even her best friend, Miranda, has become more interested in boys than in spending time at the old ghost tree, the way they used to when they were kids. So when Lauren has a vision of a monster dragging the remains of the girls through the woods, she knows she can't just do nothing. Not like the rest of her town. But as she draws closer to answers, she realizes that the foundation of her seemingly normal town might be rotten at the center, and that if nobody else stands for the missing, she will. So if you want me to read this, vote The Ghost Tree. Okay, continuing on. Okay, next up is, oh my goodness, this is a book that I've been wanting for a while, and I finally caved and got it. It was on sale. I think the deal with these were like buy one, the sale that Amazon was having at the time was like buy one from a certain list and get one from that list half off, which is why I ended up buying four. But this is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, or Haig. I'm pretty sure I have read that and still own it. That is correct. I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars. All right, let me get back to the video. Next up. Okay, next up, this is the last one that I ordered from Amazon. That is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I have read and unhauled The Vanishing Half. All right, next. Okay, so those are all the books that I ordered from Amazon. These are the books that I picked up while on vacation. So this first one was actually a book that Xander picked up, though I'll probably read through it too because it looks kind of cute, and it'll probably take like 5 minutes to read because, well, there's like maybe a line on every other page. And that is I Used to Have a Plan, But Life Had Other Ideas by Alessandra Olanow. I have read this. I believe I unhauled that to Xander though. Let me check. That is correct. All right, let me get back to the video. Next up. Okay, the next 3 are graphic novels that I'm really interested in reading. This first one is such a cute one. It is like this, well, it's Fangs by Sarah Anderson, and the hardcover is actually like a fabric. I have read and still own Fangs. Next. Next up we have In Real Life by Cory Doctorow and Jen Wang. I feel like I read this, but I'm not certain. I did read it and I unhauled it. All right, next up. And then the last graphic novel here, this is one that I've heard a ton about. A lot of people have read it, a lot of people have loved it. This is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I do still own this and I have not read it. I remember actually like packing that when I was packing up my books. Okay, this says, the graphic novel debut from rising star N.D. Stevenson, based on his beloved and critically acclaimed webcomic, which Slate awarded its Cartoonist Studio Prize, calling it a deadpan epic. Nemesis, dragons, science, symbolism, all these and more await in this brilliantly subversive, sharply irreverent epic from N.D. Stevenson, featuring an exclusive epilogue not seen in the webcomic, along with bonus conceptual sketches and revised pages throughout. This gorgeous, full-color graphic novel is perfect for the legions of fans of the webcomic and is sure to win N.D. many new ones. Nimona is an impulsive young shapeshifter with a knack for villainy. Lord Ballister Blackheart is a villain with a vendetta. As sidekick and supervillain, Nimona and Lord Blackheart are about to wreak some serious havoc. Their mission: prove to the kingdom that Sir Ambrosius Goldenlion and his buddies at the Institute of Law Enforcement and Heroics aren't the heroes everyone thinks they are. But as small acts of mischief escalate into a vicious battle, Lord Blackheart realizes that Nimona's powers are as murky and mysterious as her past.
and her unpredictable wild side might be more dangerous than he's willing to admit. So if you want me to read this, vote Nimona. All right, next up.
And then the last book I have here that came from my trip was actually the first book that I purchased while on my trip. This is when we were in Chicago, and the Wizard of Oz was written there in Chicago, and we went to where it was written and saw this cool art and stuff there. But I wanted to take pictures with the Wizard of Oz, so I purchased this stunning edition from Barnes & Noble.
So I've read The Wizard of Oz. I don't know that I've read that particular edition, but I'm going to count this as read, and I still own it. All right, next up.
So those are all of the ones that I purchased in May. Now on to the book that I won as a giveaway. So this was a novel Couch Fest giveaway that they were doing, and the book is Eva Evergreen and the Cursed Witch by Julie Abe.
I have to check on this one. I'm not sure. Okay, so it does look like I still own this one and have not read it. However, that was book 2 in that series, and you'll see in a future haul that I did where I bought book 1 because I didn't have book 1 already. So the one you'll vote for will be book 1, which is you just vote Eva Evergreen, and that'll be good enough. But book 1 is called Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch. And this says, a young witch must pass a come-of-age quest or risk losing her magic forever. Sometimes all you need is a pinch of magic. Eva Evergreen is determined to earn the rank of novice witch before her 13th birthday. If she doesn't, she'll lose her magic forever. For most young witches and wizards, it's a simple enough test. 1. Help your town do good all around. 2. Live there for 1 moon. Don't leave too soon. 3. Fly home by broomstick, the easiest of tricks. The only problem? Eva only has a pinch of magic. She summons heads of cabbage instead of flowers, and gets a sunburn instead of calling down rain. And to add insult to injury, whenever she overuses her magic, she falls asleep. When she lands in the tranquil coastal town of Aturi, the residents expect a powerful witch, not a semi-magical girl. So Eva comes up with a plan, set up a magical repair shop to aid Aturi and prove she's worthy. She may have more blood than magic, but her semi-magical fixes repair the lives of the townspeople in ways they never could have imagined. Only Eva's bit of magic may not be enough when the biggest magical storm in history threatens the town she's grown to love. Eva must conjure up all of the magic, bravery, and cleverness she can muster, or Aturi and her dreams of becoming a witch will wash away with the storm. So if you want me to read this, vote Eva Evergreen. All right, next up.
And now on to the amazingly generous gifts that I was sent. So the first one here is actually only one part of the gift. So they sent me a book, and they sent me this super cute little hedgehog reading a book, and I love him, and I think he's adorable, and he stays on my shelf. The book that she sent me, and this was from Michelle Wilson, who is one of my lovely subscribers here. She sent me Marrow by Taryn Fisher.
I do still own Marrow, and I have not read it. Wow, okay. So I've only read one Taryn Fisher and absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite thrillers that I've read. And so I pretty much wanted all of her books after that. And so I'm surprised that I've never gotten around to reading any of them that I ended up getting. But this one, let's see. This one says, in the bone there is a house. In the house there is a girl. In the girl there is a darkness. Margot is not like other girls. She lives in a derelict neighborhood called the Bone, in a cursed house with her cursed mother, who hasn't spoke to her in over 2 years. She lives her days feeling invisible. It's not until she develops a friendship with her wheelchair-bound neighbor, Judah Grant, that things begin to change. When neighborhood girl, 7-year-old Nevaeh Anthony, goes missing, Judah sets out to help Margot uncover what happened to her. What Margot finds changes her, and with a new perspective on life, she's determined to find evil and punish it, targeting rapists and child molesters one by one. But hunting evil is dangerous, and Margot risks losing everything, including her own soul. So if you want me to read this, vote Marrow, or Marrow. All right, next up.
Okay, next up are books that were gifted to me by my friend Barbara. She is part of my buddy reading group as well as a subscriber here. And Barbara is such a funny character and I always love her jokes. She sent me one book that she says is one of her favorite books, and it was one of the books on my Amazon wish list. But also a separate book in addition to that that she thinks is just cute and funny and a cozy mystery. That is a noodle shop mystery, Death by Dumpling by Vivian Chien.
I do still own this and I have not read it. I think I remember seeing that on my shelves when I was packing stuff up. Let me pull it up. Okay, this says, welcome to the Ho Lee Noodle House, where the Chinese food is to die for. The last place Lana Lee thought she would ever end up is back at her family's restaurant. But after a brutal breakup and a dramatic workplace walkout, she figures that a return to the Cleveland area to help wait tables is her best option for putting her life back together, even if that means having to put up with her mother, who is dead set on finding her a husband. Lana's love life soon becomes yesterday's news once the restaurant's property manager, Mr. Fing, turns up dead after a delivery of shrimp dumplings from Ho Lee. But how could this have happened when everyone on staff knew about Mr. Fing's severe, life-threatening shellfish allergy? Now with the whole restaurant under suspicion for murder, and the local media in a feeding frenzy, to say nothing of the gorgeous police detective who keeps turning up for takeout, it's up to Lana to find out who's behind Fing's killer order before her own number is up. So if you want me to read this, vote Death by Dumpling. We started out so good, but now we're picking up quite a few that I haven't read. All right, next up.
And that sounds very cute. And this other one is that she says is one of her favorite books is Book Love by Debbie Tung.
I have read and do still own Book Love. I think I gave it 5 stars. Next up.
Thank you so much, Michelle and Barbara, for sending these to me. Also, if my camera moves, it's because Einstein is right here in front of me and he has just plopped himself down up against the tripod, so hopefully he doesn't knock my camera over. Okay, next up, let's see, who are these by? Oh, these 2 books here were from my dear friend Clint. The first one is a book that I know he has read and absolutely loved. I think it was a 5-star read for him. And that was Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall.
I have read and unhauled Boyfriend Material. Next.
Okay, the next book that Clint sent me was Heartstopper Volume 2 by Alice Oseman.
I have read and still own Heartstopper Volume 2. Next up.
Okay, next up is another graphic novel, and this one was actually sent to me as a birthday gift from my mother-in-law. She sent me Fence Volume 1.
I did read Fence. I'm not sure if I still own it or not. I feel like I do. It looks like I do still own it. But yeah, I read volumes 1 through 4. All right, next up.
Okay, now all of these books, these are all from Kaylani. These first 2 books are books that she sent me for my birthday. The rest of them were books that I think she was getting rid of, sending me some and sending Clint some. Okay, so the first book that she sent me for my birthday, and this is a book that I'm really super excited to read. This is another book that everybody has raved on, and every person that I've heard talk about this book has given it 5 stars. That is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune.
I have read and do still own The House on the Cerulean Sea. Next.
Okay, the other book that she sent me for my birthday is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren.
I feel like I've read this, but I'm not certain. I've read a lot of Christina Lauren. Okay, it looks like this is one that I do still own that I have not read. This says, Olive Torres is used to being the unlucky twin. From inexplicable mishaps to a recent layoff, her life seems to be almost comically jinxed. By contrast, her sister Amy is an eternal champion. She even managed to finance her entire wedding by winning a slew of contests. Unfortunately for Olive, the only thing worse than constant bad luck is having to spend the wedding day with the best man and her nemesis, Ethan Thomas. Olive braces herself for wedding hell, determined to put on a brave face. But when the entire wedding party gets food poisoning, the only people who aren't affected are Olive and Ethan. Suddenly, there's a free honeymoon up for grabs, and Olive will be damned if Ethan gets to enjoy paradise solo. Agreeing to a temporary truce, the pair head for Maui. After all, 10 days of bliss are worth having to assume the role of loving newlyweds, right? But the weird thing is, Olive doesn't mind playing pretend. In fact, the more she pretends to be the luckiest woman alive, the more it feels like she might be. So if you want me to read this, vote The Unhoneymooners. All right, next up.
Okay, now on to the other books that she was going to get rid of, but sent to me instead. Well, she still got rid of them because she sent them to me, but anyway. The first one here is Orphan Island by Laurel Snyder.
I have no idea about this one. Okay, it looks like I do still own this one and have not read it. This says, in the tradition of modern-day classics like Sarah Pennypacker's Pax and Lois Lowry's The Giver comes a deep, compelling, heartbreaking, and completely one-of-a-kind novel about 9 children who live on a mysterious island. On the island, everything is perfect. Sun rises in a sky filled with dancing shapes. The wind, water, and trees shelter and protect those who live there. When the 9 children go to sleep in their cabins, it is with full stomachs and joy in their hearts. And only one thing ever changes. On that day, each year, when a boat appears from the mist upon the ocean carrying one young child to join them and take the eldest one away, never to be seen again. Today's changing is no different. The boat arrives, taking away Jenny's best friend, Dean, replacing him with a new girl named S, and leaving Jenny as the new elder. Jenny knows her responsibility now, to teach S everything she needs to know about the island, to keep things as they've always been. But will she be ready for the inevitable day when the boat will come back and take her away forever from the only home she's known? So if you want me to read this, vote Orphan Island. All right, we're getting close to the end. Just a few more books. All right, next up.
Next up we have One Small Sacrifice by Hilary Davidson, and this is a thriller.
I have no idea about this one either. Okay, it looks like I also own this one and have not read it. This says, an apparent suicide, a mysterious disappearance. Did one man get away with murder twice? NYPD detective Sharon Sterling has had her eye on Alex Traynor ever since his friend Corey fell to her death under suspicious circumstances a year ago. Corey's death was ruled a suicide, but Sharon thinks Alex, a wartime photojournalist suffering from PTSD, got away with murder. When Alex's fiancée, Emily, a talented and beloved doctor, suddenly goes missing, Sharon suspects that Alex is again at the center of a sticky case. Sharon dislikes loose ends, and Corey's death had way too many of them. But as Sharon starts pulling at the threads in this web, her whole theory unravels. Everyone involved remembers the night Corey died differently, and the truth about her death could be the key to solving Emily's disappearance. So if you want me to read this, vote One Small Sacrifice. All right, next up.
Next we have The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher.
I unhauled this one. I'm pretty sure I've read this one. Yes, I read it and I unhauled it. All right, next up.
Okay, the next book we have here is Unbirthday by Liz Braswell.
Okay, I'm sure I still own this one and I haven't read it. Let's see. That is correct. This says, what if Wonderland was in peril and Alice was very, very late? Alice is different than other 18-year-old ladies in Kexford, which is perfectly fine with her. She'd rather spend golden afternoons with her trusty camera or in her Aunt Vivian's lively salon, ignoring her sister's wishes that she stop all that nonsense and become a respectable member of society. Alice is happy to meander to Miss Yao's tea shop or to visit the children playing in the square. She's also interested in learning more about the young lawyer she met there, but just because she's curious, of course, not because he was sweet and charming. But when Alice develops photographs she has recently taken about town, familiar faces of old suddenly appear in the place of her actual subjects. The Queen of Hearts, the Mad Hatter, the Caterpillar. There's something eerily off about them, even for Wonderland creatures. And as Alice develops a self-portrait, she finds the most disturbing image of all, a badly injured, dark-haired girl asking for Alice's help, Marianne. Returning to the place of nonsense from her childhood, Alice finds herself on a mission to stop the Queen of Hearts' tyrannical rule and to find her place in both worlds. But will she be able to do so before the end of time? So if you want me to read this, vote Unbirthday. That puts us at 9. So if I have even one more, which there's only one book left, if that book is one I haven't read, then I'll have to pick the top 2 voted. If it's one I have read, then I only have to pick the number 1 voted. So let's see what it is.
And then last but certainly not least, she sent me The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin.
This is one that I do still own. I'm pretty sure I still own it. I think so. Let me check. Yes, I do still own this, and I have not read it. Dang it. This says, 5 New Yorkers must come together in order to defend their city. Every city has a soul. Some are as ancient as myths, and others are as new and destructive as children. New York City, she's got 5. But every city also has a dark side. A roiling ancient evil stirs beneath the earth, threatening to destroy the city and her 5 protectors, unless they can come together and stop it once and for all. So if you want me to read this, vote The City We Became. And with that, there are 10 books that I still own from this haul that I have not read. And that means I have to pick the top 2 voted books. So here again are the books that you can vote for. We have The Ghost Tree, Nimona, Eva Evergreen, Morrow, Death by Dumpling, The Unhoneymooners, Orphan Island, One Small Sacrifice, Unbirthday, and The City We Became. You can vote for as many or as few as you would like. If you want to vote for 9 out of the 10, you can. It's up to you. But I will be picking the top 2 voted books. So just comment down below which book or books you would like for me to read in the upcoming month. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!